Hey, good day, folks. Welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic Live. I'm your host, Neil Johnson. Excited to be with you and excited to share the news with you, folks. This is a wild story. So I saw this yesterday. Somebody posted this video on X. It's a little unbelievable. You're going to watch it and you're going to go, wait, how can this person be the judge on the Court of Commissioners in one of the largest cities in the United States of America as you watch her meltdown? One of the craziest things I've ever seen. It's so childish. It's so juvenile. It's almost hard to fathom that she did this while sitting in that seat in a public forum, in a public meeting. I've got some other stories as well. You know, of course, we're winning every day. I mean, illegals are going home. They're self-deporting. ICE is running out of cube vans and taking. It's just, folks, this is exactly what I voted for. Tara, I see you on. Jeff, I see you on. George, John, Haplo, good to see you all on. Please do smash that like. Do chat in with where you're from. So the story I'm going to be talking a little bit about here right at the beginning involves Lena. I always want to say Linda because like Lena, it's just unusual. But Lena Hidalgo. Now I want you to look at this. She won this, quote unquote, won. Now, if you don't know about the problems in Harris County, Texas elections, we've covered that before. I can't go into all of that now, but just know that I don't believe there is any way that Lena Hidalgo can continue to win. And you're going to see that after I show you what took place. She's a different breed, man. She is a Democrat socialist psycho from the way back. Okay. She beat, quote unquote, the Republican Alex Mueller in a heavily Democrat city, 50.8 to 49.2. The writing guy got 241 votes. So, anyways, but this is, we're going to just go, well, I shared this video before. I don't know if you remember this. This is when she was going on her junket and she was freaking out. Okay. But this one is even nuttier. So I want you to watch this. This is dealing with some school funding issue. I'm going to just, they are calling for her removal, but they've called for this before. But they're broken. Mentally, they're broken, folks. They're mentally broken. So again, please smash that like. Do chat in with where you're from. Oh, before I get this video going really quickly, do want to mention my sponsor. Of course, that's Birch Gold. Okay, go get your free info kit on gold by texting the word lumberjack to 989-898. Here, I'm just a big believer in gold and silver, folks. I own this stuff myself. These are 1.5 ounce coins, 1 ounce American Silver Eagles. I've even done some of the, graded coins, all this different stuff that I continue to pick up. But Birch Gold will teach you how to take existing IRA or 401k dollars and convert that into physical, tangible gold and silver. I mentioned it before, but central banks have been on a buying binge. This is the largest 6-month activity period in terms of purchasing gold by central banks in the history of the world. Gold is up 40% on the year for the last year. It's up over 20% this year. It's doing phenomenal. Silver as well. So go check that out. But let's get back into this. So I want you to watch this. We'll stop it a couple times, but this is absolutely nuts. Watch this woman talk over people. This is the Commissioner's Court, Harris County, Texas.
So the motion is to set a public hearing on August 15th, 2025 at 10 a.m. to consider for the Harris County General Fund the proposed 2025 tax rates. Bring the kids here and ask each member yes or no. Yes, Commissioner Garcia.
Point of order. There's been a motion made, no second, and we're in discussion. So
I didn't make a motion. I just read what.
Okay, hold on. She said she didn't make a motion. So I just want you guys to go back here. Answer in the chat. Did she make a motion? Yes or no? Just listen.
So the motion is to set a public hearing on August 15th, 2025 at 10 a.m. to consider for the Harris County General Fund the proposed 2025 tax rates. Bring the kids here and ask each member yes or no. Yes, Commissioner Garcia.
Point of order. There's been a motion made, no second, and we're in discussion. So
I didn't.
So did she make a motion? Yes or no? Did she not say there's a motion? It sounds like a motion. And the motion is to set up this public hearing, public meeting, okay? And then she's trying to use the kids as props. Watch this.
Make a motion. I just read what it's gonna be.
No, you said
No, I didn't say, no, I didn't.
yes,
Okay, well, I take it back.
education's important.
Okay, well, I take it back. I scared. Gal's nuts. Watch her. This is
So
insane.
kids, we're trying to see, can you guys count to 3? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm 1. So we need 2 and 3. We need 3 votes so that we can put this on the ballot, okay? So you guys help me count. Right now we have 1. 1. Okay, say 1. 1, 2, 3. 1. Okay, so okay, so let's see who's gonna be number 2.
Who took the time to come and all the educators.
Kids, come on down. Let's see if she says yes or no. Come on down over here. Come on, because this is not about politics. This is about kids.
This is the most insane crap I have ever seen in a public meeting. Is this not the most insane crap you've ever seen in a public meeting? She is literally talking right over the other commissioners, trying to use the kids as a prop, getting them down to the front, counting. She's like doing Sesame Street here. I don't know what's going on.
Come on down.
Judge. Excuse me, Judge Hidalgo. Part of education is respect. Travis County, they spent 2 years working with subject matter experts.
We spent 4 years.
Excuse me, Judge, please be respectful. At least
Education is truth-telling. Don't give the kids this example of making things up. This has been going on for 4 years.
Excuse me.
4
Our
years.
children are hearing the truth. Is this half-baked proposal?
4
It did
years.
not have a detailed budget.
4
And
years
it does
designed
not
with your
have
office.
the evaluation done by a third party will be available next year in 2026. Is that correct, Director?
80-page evaluation.
That's correct.
There is an annual. Is this an evaluation? Yes or no?
Point of order.
This is insane.
Commissioner Briones has the
Right.
floor.
It's the first 2 years.
Judge,
We have to wait 20 years to know if these kids
Point of
graduate
order,
college.
Judge.
Be a good example for the children.
it's Commissioner Briones.
The Gulf Coast Workforce Board is on first for early childhood education.
We're working with them.
We need, excuse me, and scaled, and they are on first to set up a new program without a detailed
We work with
plan,
them to design
budget.
this.
Excuse me, please.
Okay, this is nuts. This, folks, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And I want to just show you something, just so you know. Okay? From Ballotpedia, Leslie Briones, the gal that she continues to talk over, is a member of the Democratic Party. Okay? This is Harris County, Texas, Houston, Texas. This is Democrat big city crap, and she can't even let members of her own party talk. She has a mental illness, and I'm going to talk about this just a little bit more. I've got a great article on this, just the mental illness within the Democrat Party and somebody who'd left it.
Falsehoods are not appropriate in front of children.
Region need to be maximized. So
Enough.
just the way the 2-year Travis County efforts were
We
incredibly
worked for
robust.
4 years. They did not have proof of
Stakeholder
concept. We've
engagement.
been running the programs for 4 years.
Can
They
we
have not even
please
started
stay
running them.
focused?
Judge, our rules don't generally apply to the 5 of you.
Because
we need to have one
there's so
person
many
speaking at a
falsehoods
time.
and kids are here listening.
Can we listen
Our
to your
program ran for
falsehoods
4
the last
years.
hour?
Travis County
Your
did not have their
description
program
the last
run.
hour has been full
Commissioner?
of inaccuracy.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner,
Ma'am.
Judge,
So kids, let me ask Commissioner Briones, is she yes or no?
Wait a second.
Is she yes or no? Are you yes or no, Commissioner Briones? Here's the 80-page evaluation. Our program has
I mean, talk about filibustering. Talk about trying to just take everything over. I'm sorry, I forgot to put that back in. Okay. Anyways, I'm going, this is so nuts. But watch this. She's holding up signs. I'm sorry. Here.
and kids are here listening.
Can we listen
Our
to your
program ran for
falsehoods the
4
last
years.
hour?
Travis County
Your
did not have their
description the
program
last
run.
hour has been full of inaccuracy.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Commissioner,
Ma'am.
Judge,
Yes.
So kids, let me ask Commissioner Briones, is she yes or no?
Wait a second.
Is she yes or no? Are you yes or no, Commissioner Briones? Here's the 80-page evaluation. Our program has been running successfully for 4 years. Travis County didn't even run a program.
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt you. The question has been called. You made a motion. We have to call for a second for that motion,
Said I took it back.
and then a
I
vote
took
has to be
it back.
taken.
So disappointed, obviously. We have been working with the Texas
Okay,
Workforce
when a motion has
Houston
been
IZ
made and it's been
and
seconded,
others.
and we have someone not
Look at her breathing even. This is just nuts. I'm telling you, the Democrat, when I say, and I'm not saying this to be mean, she obviously has issues. But I want to see if you guys agree with me on something here. I do not believe that modern counseling is any good for people. Psychologists, psychiatrists, all this. I don't believe it's doing any good for people. Do you know that she actually disappeared from her work because of her severe depression to go to a like some outpatient or inpatient treatment, something to that effect? I don't have the exact story in front of me, but the bottom line is she left to sequester herself to meet with a mental health professional. And this is the results. She's not gotten better. She's gotten worse. What these people need is Jesus. And I'm not saying this in like some offhand. This is really what they do is they focus on their pain. They focus on how they've been hurt, and it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere. They need to actually forgive, forget, and move on in their life. Okay? So they can actually live a productive life. I mean, do you guys think that modern like counseling and all this kind of stuff is actually good for people? Yes or no? I'm just curious. I probably have some people in this, but this is insanity. Let's finish this. She can't even breathe right now.
Okay.
I'm recognizing the rules.
Let's just move on to the next. You want to vote no in front of the kids? That's for
You want to vote no in front of the
I didn't
kids?
make a motion.
I heard you make the motion.
No, I said I didn't make a motion.
Okay, so are you pulling the motion back? There's no motion?
I did not make the motion. I'm asking if my colleagues are yes or no for just asking the voters. Commissioner, I'm yes. Commissioner Briones
Okay.
is no. Commissioner Ramsey is no. Commissioner Garcia is no.
Sure,
Commissioner
okay,
Ellis is
sure.
no.
Judge,
It's 11:51. I'd like to call a 10-minute break. Thank you.
Freaking believable, folks. Now she's just telling people how they're voting before they even get a chance to vote, and then just calls a 10-minute break. Retired therapist here. I'm sure I do not recognize what has happened. Here's the scoop, people. People don't need your sympathy. They need truth. It's truth that sets you free. It's not therapy. It's not understanding. It's not empathy. It's none of that. In fact, many of those things actually hold you. They keep you in place. Truth is what sets you free. Truth is the solution. These people are nuts. Now, watch this. So this lady here wrote a phenomenal. Her name's Sasha Stone. She said, the Democrats are trapped in a hell of their own making. It's long. I'm only going to read part of it. I sometimes wonder what it must be like at bedtime for the New York Times' Peter Baker and his wife, the New York's Susan Glasser. Do they worry that the Gestapo will kick down their door and haul them off to Alligator Alcatraz for writing negatively about Trump? Here, I'll blow this up a little bit so you can follow along a little easier. Do they watch out their window for the bright light of a circling Black Ops helicopter? Do they cling to each other in darkness and whisper like their Aunt Frank's family hiding from the Nazis? For them and millions just like them enjoying their lives at the top of the food chain every day is the end of democracy, the end of America, the end of the world. They are afflicted with this disease of hyperbole, and they can't seem to find their way out of it. Once you use up the threats to democracy, Hitler, fascist, dictator, Nazi, racist, rapist, pedophile, you have nowhere left to go. You've hit the wall, folks. You can't get any more extreme than the most extreme, because they can no longer distinguish between fantasy and reality. They are too crazy to lead this country, and Americans know it. Nothing they do now can fix the problem, because the problem is everything. It's the empire. Americans rightly chose the less crazy side in 2024. They chose the real America, not America online. I got online 30 years ago. I helped build the empire. I fought like a good soldier for the Democrats until I could not stand living inside of what became a doomsday cult anymore. And in 2020, I left. Since then, I've been sifting through the wreckage of the last 10 years, trying to make sense of it. Was this just the unintended consequences of a movement rooted largely online? Is that how we became so disconnected from the truth and reality? Or was there more? As the Russiagate hoax unravels and hungry reporters like Matt Taibbi excavate just how deep the rabbit hole goes, I have to wonder, was any of it real? Were we just tools of the establishment to prevent a populist uprising? Have they destroyed the collective mental health of millions of Americans just as a power grab? Answer that question, folks. Do you think that they have destroyed the collective mental health of millions of Americans just as a power grab? What do you think COVID was? What do you think locking us up, masking us up? What do you think all that was? I think it was to destroy the minds, to create more mental illness and make a collective power grab. That resonates with me. Smash that like if you would. This is insanity. When a real revolution hit the streets in the summer of 2020, a generation believed they were fighting the system because they were told that Trump was the system. They didn't realize they were unwitting puppets of a much bigger system, a hearts and minds campaign that destroyed their sense of reality, this country's unity, and any hope of coming out of it. What the last 10 years are starting to look like to me is that our government orchestrated the same kind of color revolution they've used to manipulate the elections in other countries. Only this time, folks, they did it here. They had the motive, the means, and the opportunity. Their motive was to destroy the man who threatened our king, Barack Obama. The means, they controlled everything from the legacy of media to Hollywood to social media. And not only that, folks, the financial system. Trump is going after that right now. He got debanked. A guy who had never defaulted on a loan got debanked for the stupid banks. Jamie Dimon did that because of reputational risk. Opportunity created an ongoing crisis that would require a whole society approach to combat, such as communism or COVID-19. The same people who manufacture protests in other countries, think Ukraine, likely did the same thing here to at least some degree. Why wouldn't they? All they had to do was sell Trump as an existential threat who only won because Putin meddled in our elections. And just like that, he's illegitimate. And certainly, folks, the press was not going to challenge them. Do you know that apparently Trump, it sounds like, has come up with a solution to the Ukraine-Russia conflict that's acceptable to Russia? Meeting on that this week. In the meantime, in between now and then, whether you like it or not, Trump looked at the situation and gave defensive weapons to Ukraine. In the end, we'll look back on that and say it was the right call. I know a lot of people were freaking out about it, but here was the thing, and we've known this all along about that whole deal. Okay, neither side is clean. Neither side is good. And nobody knows that quite like Trump does. Okay. I've never been a Putin fanboy. I've never been a Zelensky fanboy. The guy slapping butts and walking around in high heels. Okay. You guys have seen the videos. So here's the thing. He was supposed to be a Russian puppet. Yet he just tariffed India. He doubled their tariff rates because they're buying oil from Russia. He has done more to cripple Russia than Joe Biden ever thought about doing. All Joe Biden did was fund the Ukraine war and provide them with weapons. Trump is taking real action and bringing Russia to the table. It's absolutely unreal that they got away selling this lie and people bought it. It's insanity. Okay. Did you know that it has been revealed that the DC police commander, Michael Pulliam, was placed on leave after he and MPD command directed officers to downgrade felony reports and alter crime classifications such as felony assault deliberately to manipulate data. And they wanted to falsely show a 26% drop in violent crime in 2024. Now, you all know that violent crime is not down. You all know that. Anybody in big cities knows this. Okay. Well, I mean, the numbers in Minneapolis aren't looking good. The numbers in DC aren't looking good. And not only did DC do this, we know that the FBI did it. Not only did they do that, they started classifying people of different ethnicities as white to make it look like the problem was white people. It is absolute. They use statistics. Okay. Actual factual numbers. The way they're supposed to be reported, they lied. They put in fake numbers to make you believe a narrative that just wasn't true. And a lot of America bought into it. And I want to go on and talk about this again because this is, Robbie Starbuck said this very well. I talked about this yesterday, but he said, I believe that this is the most important political fight of the next 2 years. For those who don't know, Democrats miscounted the last census, which resulted in their states getting more electoral votes and congressional seats. Again, Florida, Texas did not get the pickup. I think Tennessee was another one that was supposed to get another seat because those people are moving to these more conservative states. Okay. Instead, they tell us that California wasn't losing people when we know that's not the case. Okay. So this is the fight. Okay. They expected us to wait 10 years. Listen to this. This is where it gets good. They expected us to wait 10 years for it to be fixed during the next census, as they're typically done every 10 years. It goes beyond the fact that they counted illegals too, as many red states were undercounted. Instead of waiting 10 years like idiots, which is what the Republican Party would have done before Donald Trump is forcing the new census now to fix the accidental miscounting from the last census. Isn't it amazing how these crazy mistakes only seem to occur in one direction? Expect national Democrats to fight this tooth and nail. We must unify to win this fight. We need a fair and accurate census to deliver people the government they actually want. Now, here's where it gets really wild, because this is the fight. And here we have, out of Utah, who in my chat is from Utah? I need to know. Who in my chat is from Utah? If you're from Utah, just write Utah in the chat. I need to know. And then I have a serious question for you from Utah, because this is coming right out of Utah. Representative Blake Moore, a member of the GOP leadership, denounces Texas gerrymandering scheme. And this is written by the Salt Lake Tribune. Obviously, a liberal communist rag when they call it a scheme. Okay, here we go. We got somebody from Utah. Patriot Roy D. Okay, so Patriot Roy D, I have a question for you. We're going to watch for your answer in the chat. What the hell is wrong with Utah? How come we get the worst Republican senators out of Utah? Now, we have Mike Lee. I understand that. He did that thing with the federal lands. We came out pretty hard against that. But typically, he's a pretty good vote. But look at, you guys had Evan McMullin, the guy who is running against Trump in the primaries, who was supposed to be the great right-wing conservative hope to fight Trump when he was really just a Democrat tool, a Democrat plan. What is going on in Utah? I want to know. I'm serious about this. I want to see your answer. So we're all looking. You guys can let me know when he answers, because I may miss it. Okay. But Patriot Roy D, what is going on in Utah? Joseph, what is going on in Utah? You guys answer. I want to hear from the people in Utah. What is going on that we get this? When we're in the fight of our lives, when we need a new census, when the whole thing was miscounted, why? I don't know, Michelle. I'm sorry, that was funny. Folks, one time I was out trick-or-treating, and I was with my family, and then we were out with another gal and her kids. So there were a bunch of kids and two gals and me, okay? And I was like, they're asking the kids what they were, right? So they're like, hey, kids, oh, what are you? Oh, you're a fireman, and you're this, and you're that. And I'm just standing there, and I got some candy, too, and I looked at them and go, I'm a Mormon. Sorry. It was funny. The West Coast mine virus spreading to Utah, maybe. Okay, but this is insanity. Look at this. I mean, the fate of Utah's congressional maps awaits a judicial decision on whether they'll be redrawn or not ahead of the 2026 midterms. Folks, we need a redrawn map ahead of the 2026 midterms. We're being cheated out of seats. Utah Rep. Blake Moore says he opposes efforts by Texas lawmakers to redraw congressional boundaries in a Lone Star state in a bid to gain safe Republican seats and shore up tenuous GOP majority in the House of Representatives. I do not agree with the state's efforts to redistrict mid-decade, even though the census was counted wrong. Come on. Moore said in a statement to the Salt Lake Tribune. It undermines established norms. The established norms are the losing norms. When all the mistakes go one way, these are the losing norms, and gives blue states a glaring green light to do the same. Partisan gerrymandering is clearly done by both sides, but to allow this wildfire to spread mid-decade is a step too far. Democratic state lawmakers in Texas have fled the state. You all know that. All right. I just wanted to show that guy. Here, I got to share this because it's so funny. It popped into my X feed again. If you haven't seen this, this is actual audio from the debate, if you'll remember this. And these two brothers, when mom asked who the better golfer is, lip syncing to the debate. This is hilarious if you haven't seen it.
I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter.
Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. The reason I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie that he's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8.
Never.
But I have, you know, how many
I've seen you swing. I know you swing. Let's not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to turn
Let's not act like children.
to a specific concern.
I'm in very good health.
I just had to. I mean, folks, this stuff is so, I mean, I get so ticked off reading this stuff sometimes and how Republicans are acting like total morons. You know, we need the census recounted. Absolutely 100% needs to be done. And you know what you guys need? Some per kale sheets, $29.98. Okay, you don't get this deal anywhere else. You got to go to mypillow.com/lumberjack to get these deals. Okay. You guys saw Mike was on the show the other week. Really, like, not everybody gets the same deals. You get the best deals at Lumberjack. Look at this. The slippers, $39.98. These things are awesome. I love these slippers. They're warm. I use them in the winter. They got that memory foam bottom. Employee pricing sale on My Pillow Premium Queens, $19.98 for queen-sized premium My Pillows. I mean, look at all the stuff you can get from this guy. Kitchen aprons, pot holders, all this stuff. And it's all good product. All of Mike's product is good product. And then this, man, I tell you, I love these things. I use them for cycle, my group cycle. I teach group cycle. Get yourself some Rev 7. Stuff is awesome. Anyways, check it out. mypillow.com/lumberjack or call 1-800-568-2865. All right. One more thing here I want to share with you. It still goes on. Federal judge issues block of Trump's birthright citizenship order since Supreme Court ruling. A federal judge in Maryland ruled late Thursday that President Trump's administration cannot withhold citizenship from children born to people in the country illegal or temporarily, issuing the 4th court decision blocking the president's birthright citizenship order nationwide since a key U.S. Supreme Court ruling in June. U.S. District Judge Deborah Boardman's preliminary injunction was expected after the judge said last month she would issue such an order if the case were returned to her by appeals court. The 4th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals sent the case back to her in late July. The policy, which has been the subject of a complicated months-long legal back and forth, is currently on hold since June. 2 other district courts, as well as an appellate panel of judges, has also blocked the birthright order nationwide. You know, this is headed to the Supreme Court for a big final decision on it, folks. But there is nothing these district court judges won't do to try and stop President Donald Trump's agenda and the will of you, the American voter. Folks, I am headed out. I got to go do some art shows. If you're up in Boulder Junction, Wisconsin this weekend, you can come see me. I'll be at Muskie Jamboree in Boulder Junction, selling my photography and whatnot, my books. So you can see me there if you're out there. If anybody's up there in Northeast Wisconsin, I know I've got some folks in my audience who are from that area. So I'd love to see you. you know, if you're not familiar with my work, I do landscape and wildlife photography. So anyhow, bought 2 pairs for another friend. Thanks, Moon Pie. Yeah, those are great slippers. So I love y'all. Keep fighting a good fight. If you're new, please do subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.